John Tucker, percussionist and founder of Ensemble, a percussion ensemble based in Brooklyn. Started Ensemble in about 2010. It was kind of a slow build of finding people, starting in probably 2009, but the group really came together in 2010. The current lineup was solidified probably around 2 years ago. Jeff Eng was the last member to come in the group. Charlie, Ross, and I had been kind of playing around and writing music together, and playing shows here and there with a fourth member who was just kind of a hired hand, if you will. So yeah, we have an album that came out in January called Present Point Past, and this is kind of the Ensemble Doll's first full-length record. It was written collaboratively with the group. All four of us put ideas, musical ideas, down for this. It wasn't necessarily composed by one person or one composer. I guess it's more of kind of like a rock band aesthetic within a classical realm, if you will.
And that really is how we compose. We're always picking things up and, from what we have around here, just laying around. And thank goodness, we have someone picking up stuff all the time and buying new things and bringing new elements into the space. And I think the latest edition is a couple metal tubes just laying around and all kinds of things that we just start to bash on and try to create new ideas, and those inspire new sounds on the staples of the group as well, and the marimba and the vibraphone.
Playing with a group and being in a collaborative experience environment is actually pretty new to me. I didn't actually compose at all before joining Ensemble at all. Even within the group, I don't do too much composing. It's mostly collaboration, just when we flesh out music. I'd say that Charlie and Ron are the core writers of the group, and we flesh the pieces out as a group here in this room, and shoot our ideas about how one idea should transition into another idea, or how we can change one of our ideas. Definitely a new experience for me, and I love being a part of it.
I think our approach to rhythm section even is a little bit more like a jazz combo would, in terms of, like you talk about, the drums get freed up from keeping the time, and in jazz the drums keep the time, but really what's driving it is the bass. And so, for example, with the keyboard here, a lot of what we do is the bass instrument played on the keyboard is really what drives the time and drives the feel. And then the drums are, like you said, are freed up not just to be keeping time, but to be adding layers and adding, melodic like figures, I guess. So
I think that there's definitely a response happening to percussive instruments, and a whole small movement of percussion ensembles really coming to the forefront right now. I think a lot of that has to do with the Steve Reich influence that we're all still kind of catching up to. And I think you're right. The rhythm is the real key point there.
We kind of straddle the line between whether we should be playing in rock clubs or concert halls or art galleries or loft spaces. And I think the answer is we're versatile enough that we could play any of those. But the trick is, with our gear too, is hauling a marimba around isn't the easiest thing to do, especially within a rock club setting. It's like you gotta load gear in and load gear out quickly, and plus sound men are kind of like scratching their head how they're gonna mic a marimba.
Yeah, I think the environment in which we work here in the studio definitely influences the way we write. If nothing else, I think it feels really comfortable for us, because most of us come from sort of a rock band atmosphere like our neighbors here in the studio. You get in here and you kind of feel comfortable, and you feel like like you would when you're playing with a band, and you feel comfortable with being collaborative and stuff like that. So I think I wouldn't say sonically necessarily the bands around us influence us, but you feel a collective band mentality atmosphere here for sure. Yeah.
Something else is that a lot of people have told us that our music brings images to their mind, and it tells sort of a story. And we feel that way too, but we don't want to give too much away because we want everybody to interpret our music the way they will.